Doing some mic tests before we start. Can people in the crowd hear me? Awesome. Thanks. Thank you, everybody, for confirming. Just need to check with Andrew, and then Maestro. I will also look for Maestro. If you're in the guest,
I'm here.
If you're in the audience, please. There you go. I see you. I see you. Invite to speak. There you go.
I did not. Hello?
Just wait for Maestro to come on top of the stage.
Can you guys hear me now?
I did not get an
Yes, we can hear you now, Andrew. Loud and clear. Just waiting for Maestro to come up.
I didn't get.
For some reason, my headphones never work with when I'm talking in Discord. I don't know what it is. I just got off a phone call or a meeting, and it worked, but for some reason, Discord always.
No worries. Technical difficulties plagues everybody. Let me invite Maestro again. Cool. I think we're also recording, so for people who don't miss,
There we go.
who's gonna miss this, you can get a recording. Hey, Maestro.
Hey, hi everyone.
Hello.
We're live on YouTube too.
Awesome.
In case anyone wants to tune into our YouTube channel, so you can watch me build a
this-
level as we go along. I can provide that link.
That'd be awesome. Cool. Can you drop your link, Maestro, on the
Sure. What do you want me to
events
drop?
channel?
The events channel, yeah.
Yes. The community event channel. So that later on people can view the YouTube while you're building the game as we speak.
For the people asking if they should stay here or go to YouTube, what I would do personally is I would stay here and then tune into the YouTube stream but mute the audio so you can watch the game at the same time. So that would probably be the best of both worlds.
Awesome. Okay, let's get started then. Cool. Thank you everybody for coming. Really excited to talk to Andrew and Maestro from Knock Knock Games. They'll be talking about Vii Worlds, their game that they're building on Immutable X. I'm not going to steal their thunder. I'm sure there's a lot of things that they want to share with you. We will be answering questions at the start of this AMA. We have some pre-selected questions in the first 20 minutes, and then again, we will have live questions for the Q&A. We'll also be sharing some gameplay, which you'll be able to see in their YouTube link that they posted in the community events chat. So really excited to kick off. All right, so to get started, we have Andrew, who is the founder for Vii Worlds, and then Maestro, who is the project manager. Andrew, Maestro, would love to get to know you a little bit more. Could you introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, as mentioned, I'm Andrew Friday, founder. I've been in gaming for I want to say 13 years. Launched 10 plus games. Been at like Glue, which was acquired by EA. Zynga, I guess we just got recently acquired. And built a bunch of indie games also. So me and really the rest of the team, which the other two founders also, Sean and James, both decade plus of experience in gaming. Those two guys and our art director were all at TinyCo, where they actually launched like the Family Guy, Quest for Stuff. They also launched the first Harry Potter game for mobile, the Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery, which those two games alone have gone on for like almost $500 million in revenue. So we come from a strong, as a team in general, gaming background. And Meister, do you want to quick intro on yourself?
Sure. Yeah. Just to, I guess, touch on that and build off what Andrew said. Also, I've also been in the industry for a while. It'll be 8 years in March. Worked on a number of free to play titles, and just excited to get into something new here and launch a new opportunity that everyone seems to be really excited about. I love to play games. You're resident gamer at the company. I think Andrew, it's safe to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a pretty competitive gamer. I mean, not in my old age anymore, but I used to play Counter Strike competitively, and I'm always trying to just make sure that that's evident in our games, and make sure that our games go to the next level in terms of being able to use your skill and do fun things to feel good about yourself.
Oh wow, competitive Counter Strike. Any teams that we might know?
I mean, I never got out of Cal Open, so probably not. But no, nothing like global or anything like that. It was a big league, definitely the biggest league at the time. Although I played on ESEA, I played in Cal, I played in CEVO, I played in OGL, a bunch of different leagues. Nothing crazy, and I played CS 1.6 and CS:GO both. But no, just Counter Strike's a crazy game to play competitively. There's a lot of competition, and I chose school over going pro for sure. So I don't know. Did I make the right choice? I'm here working on Vii Worlds, so I'd say so. But who knows what would happen if I went pro?
Definitely the right choice in my opinion.
Stay in
And I'm
school,
honored
everyone.
that
Stay in school. Yeah.
Cool. We are in the midst of experts, that's for sure. Awesome. In that case, let's kick things off with some of the questions that we have. Can Andrew Maestro, can you tell us what's different about Vii Worlds? What is it? And why do you think it's distinct from everything out there?
Yeah, and I think maybe I can start with, since we just were talking about ourselves and our backgrounds, I look at Vii Worlds as, it's a metaverse gaming platform where you can play and build your own games with NFT called Vi. And so, I think one of the things, I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of things that will make us different than most games. I think right now we're in the space where everybody's trying to figure things out. So you're getting like a lot of card battler games, a lot of stats-based games, and frankly, there's not many games that actually like are working games. So for example, you mean we're watching Maestro play here. Like right now, you can go in, or we can go in, and then when we do our launch next week, you can actually go in, take your Vi NFT and build an actual game world yourself, and then press the export button, and actually generates a custom link to your game, which then you can share to other people and they can play it. So I think like my first thing that I think makes us stand out from other games is like we have a real working game. It still is an alpha, so I'm not going to say it's done or it's perfect or anything. It's early, but it's a real game engine where you can go in, you can build your own game world, you can then export it and other people can play it. And it actually works with real NFTs. It's not like, you know, vaporware right now. So I think that matters a lot. And then like long term, we're trying to build a project with real network effects where the more people join, the more valuable the whole thing gets, which is actually kind of the opposite with a lot of projects where like if more people join it, the value of the NFTs go down. Whereas what we're trying to do is every time somebody joins, you're going to have one new person who can build a new game world, which might become like the new hit on the platform. And so those people can actually take their game worlds and monetize them. And then beyond that, something that we like can technically do now, but we're going to be holding off until we push it live, is that we're actually going to allow people to, with no code, build their game world, which again, you can see Maestro in our YouTube stream right now, actually build the world. And then you're actually going to take that and mint it as your own NFT that you made yourself and put it on the blockchain, which again, I haven't seen anybody do this yet. And we really want to be the first people to empower this sort of like easy creation.
Wow. Okay, wait. There's a lot to unpack there. I
Yeah,
want to go one
sorry.
by one. Number one is the game is live and people can actually use their NFTs already today. Like assuming you're part of the alpha, they can try it. They can use an NFT and play it right now. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Oh, awesome, awesome. That's to
So
be honest, in
so
my opinion,
next
quite rare.
yeah, and so on the 16th, that's next Wednesday, when we do our first mint, you're going to be able to, if you buy that NFT, once it's in your wallet, you can, log in to our website and actually play the game in the web, No app, nothing required. Just bam, you're in with MetaMask login. You can play.
Wow,
And
that's amazing. I can't wait to
and
play
let
it.
me know if I'm wrong. I think we'd be the second working game on the Immutable platform, and the first one not built by the Immutable team.
I think so. Like first is GU obviously, and then GOG is still on the works.
Yeah.
This is probably the first live game that you can play on the Immutable platform. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you said another thing that piqued my interest. You mentioned when you create a level, you can mint that as an NFT. How does that work? You can still edit it, right? The level, but you can mint it?
Yes. So that's a good question. So um, from a technical perspective, the games need to stay editable, right? So when you, and this is why like it's technically not hard for us the way we've architected it. It's not hard for us to build this because basically when you mint it as an NFT, you are saying like this wallet owns this game, so you're not putting all the metadata of the game world onto the blockchain because A, that would be that'd be really expensive. And then B, it would make it so it'd be like you couldn't really change it, right? So we basically just tie ownership. We're going to allow you to use this to tie ownership to the game world. And then something that we want to do long term is even like you can use other NFTs in your game, so then you can like have like a chain of ownership of like what are all the things you own and where are they, and like who owns the world, and then what items does that world own. But then the actual game world itself would be stored. The actual data would be stored in a place that you can edit it later.
It's cool. I'm looking at the live stream right now. So this is literally a level, and then you can own this level that Maestro is building right now. And this is literally land, right? But then in a practical sense, land that you can edit and build and rent out and monetize for later on.
Yeah, and I think
And
that's another thing to call out is that part of the tokenomics of this game is that um, when somebody plays your game world, you will get X tokens per gameplay, and there's going to be some like rules around that to prevent cheating and problems, but at a high level, that's how it'll work. Is when an NFT holder plays your game, you can earn play tokens from each play that's happening with some limits and such. And so then as a, game world creator, you get those tokens. But then let's say that you want to sell your game world to your friend who's new to the game, they could buy that game world and then get all the tokens that world then generates. And so there's a feature that I'm personally very excited about, or this like a term that I'm just trying to make turn into a thing, which is create to earn. I think that play to earn is great in a lot of different ways, but one issue I have with it is like the idea of people playing a game not because it's fun, but just because they want to make money, so they just grind for hours and hours. We're really trying to do something different on our play to earn side. We want to make it like, you know, your daily challenges are like, 30 minutes to complete or something. So you just come in, you have some fun, you like complete some challenges. But I am excited about the idea of, a young person or a person in wherever around the world spending, 8 hours to build this beautiful, amazing level that then really earns them real income via the play tokens, or they actually just put it on the marketplace and sell it. And again, they're spending a lot of time, but they're using their creativity and they're, learning how to like build a game and like run their own kind of like mini business from that. So that's what excites me about create to earn over like just the standard kind of play to earn.
wow, this is amazing. I guess it makes me curious. Why did you use NFTs for this concept rather than, I'm sure you could have monetized some other way, like you just use your points or tokens, something like that. Why did you end up using NFTs as a team decision?
Yeah, so we're trying to build, like Roblox is the closest competitor to what we want to do. And like with the Roblox system, like I guess I would just ask you a question. Apple takes 30%, right, from
Yeah,
developers. How
yeah,
much
exactly.
percent do you think Roblox takes from the people who make games on their platform?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's lower, 15%, half or something like that.
No, 75%.
Oh gosh, wow.
So
Okay.
they take a massive amount from that, and the people who are generally making those games initially were like teenagers. Now they're somewhat
Uh,
professionalizing. But like, we look
uh,
at Roblox, they're successful, and they did it kind of the traditional way, which again makes a lot of sense. But for us, what we're trying to do is like we've realized that Roblox, the power that they have is just network effects, right? Like there's millions and millions of people who play the game every day. And so we're trying to build, like we're in the business of building network effects. And I think that like you look at crypto and you look at NFTs and it's like what, you know, what nowadays has more power from a network effects perspective than crypto? I mean, it's just blowing up like crazy. And it's not from people spending a whole bunch of money on marketing generally. It's from people getting really excited and having these NFTs and then having their own kind of upside and having more people join. And so I look at that as like, we're trying to build a real project like platform with network effects. And I think there's no better play space today than the crypto space.
Got it. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Then the next question is why Immutable then? I'm sure you had a lot of choices out there. Why did you pick to build on Immutable X?
Yeah, I mean, there's a number of reasons. There's the things you guys talked a lot about, which our team definitely vibed with, was the idea of, no gas fees, being more environmentally friendly for a lot of people on our team. That matters a ton, and myself included. And, we want to work with the biggest IP in the world someday. I mean, our team has worked with, we've done Marvel, like TinyCo also worked on Marvel games. We were the first our team worked on the first Harry Potter game. We worked with Family Guy. Like, we want to, do, limited run Vi with all sorts of crazy IP. And for them, the environmental part matters a lot. So that matters just from our own perspective, plus from a business perspective. That is true. Secondly, we want to build a game where, like, let's say you complete your challenges for the day. We want to someday be able to, you complete the challenges, you get airdrop tokens immediately. If it costs a $30 gas fee every time you complete a challenge, then like that defeats the purpose, right? So we think that to make a good game, you need to have very, very low to zero gas fees. And I think lastly, and this isn't something that you guys talk about outwardly a ton, but matters a lot to us, is like, as a team, we're very strong from a gameplay perspective. And like,
Hmm.
we don't want to have to build like our own, walled garden blockchain from the side. Like, we want to find a great partner who can like do the very, very heavy lifting so that my CTO and the rest of our team can focus on A, the game, B, the platform side of it, and then, C, have like the kind of like be able to do all the NFTs and the various tokenomics things on our own or with a little bit of help.
That's interesting. What do you mean that we don't talk about it much? Is it something that we have versus
No, I
other
think
platforms don't have?
Well, so when I spoke with your team, like
Yeah,
internally about them pitching me, they talked a lot
mm,
about that there's an API, right? Like
yeah,
you guys have like a RESTful API that developers can hit to not do everything. Like you still have to know how to do your own smart contracts, but they make it a lot easier. And that's something that you guys like pitch developers, but like when you're talking about marketing in general, you guys never mention like, and we have a REST API because frankly, the users don't care about that. But
mm,
game developers do because
mm.
like I'm not like I don't want to have to hire a whole bunch of crypto engineers. I want to hire great gaming engineers who I already know personally, and then I want to train them to learn how to do this. And then also I want to go into my community and find people who are great and potentially bring them on board also.
Awesome, super excited and happy that you find that valuable. Now, I'm again looking at the live stream. Maestro is doing a great job building this level. I think in at the end of this AMA, we'll have an actual level people can play with. What's in the roadmap? This looks like a complete game already. What's left in store?
I mean, honestly, a ton.
Uh,
But yeah, so I think the first thing that I'll call out, which is pretty obvious, is like if you look at the Vi NFT, like he looks pretty great, right? It's like low poly. He's 2,000 polygons. Because we're running in the web, that gives us like superpowers, but it
mm,
does severely limit like the polygons in the game. So,
mm,
we made a conscious decision a few months ago to like just go all in to get the NFTs to the right place. So the next big visible thing that you're going to see is we're going to overhaul the entire like all the game blocks. And that's really just an art thing. It's engineering wise quite simple. It's really more about art. And so we want to get the art to the next level so that it hits the same, quality bar of the Vi NFT that you see right here. So that's something that is like not necessarily super like cool to talk about, but like when you see the new art that's going to come out, you're going to be like, "Oh man, like it looks great." So it's going to be extremely meaningful. The second thing is on day one, you buy the Vi NFT on the 16th. You get access to the game world builder, and you can build your own games. So that's what we're offering initially, and then our next update, we're going to take all the best games made by everybody, and we're going to create like a featured selection of just a whole bunch of games, you know, like 50 to 100 or maybe even more game worlds that you can play. And then you're going to be able to go in there and play those games and actually like interact more with the, you know, play to earn component that would actually run inside the game. So again, from a technical perspective, that's not super hard, but we're just working on, you know, some of the like tokenomics side and the legal side to make sure that we're like buttoned up there. And then once we've gotten that point in, then we're going to let people actually within the game itself earn. Um, so those are two kind of like, I'd say that's an upcoming pretty big update, or, you know, having the play to earn mechanics. And then in terms of fun stuff, so, you know, in the next release after that, we're looking at, you know, a private party system where you can invite a certain number of people and you guys can have your own private room. And then we're going to have third person shooter games, which I'm honestly super pumped about. Third person shooter is like, I think, going to be one of the most fun game modes that we have. And you know, I think I'm like really pumped about that. And so, you know, like long term, the way we look at our roadmap is we're going to be making the game builder more powerful. We're going to be, you know, adding features to the platform itself, and then we're going to be, you know, every month releasing new game modes for people to build off of, and new Vi with a different theme for people to buy.
Got it. I'm sorry. I was distracted because I saw Maestro going against a wall and then destroying the wall. That was super cool and super fun. And I also caught that you were saying we're gonna see a third-person shooting game. I'm sure Maestro will be all over that as like a pro. So really excited. That's amazing stuff. Yeah. Before the next popular question is like on tokenomics, but before we get there, Maestro, was there anything you wanted to add regarding the roadmap, the things you're excited about in this game, and stuff like
Yeah, I mean, Andrew touched on a little bit, and actually, what I'll do is I think if people get the gist of creator mode now, I set myself up maybe for a little bit too much here. With I think I did one, two,
that?
3, 4, 5 different paths, but yeah, basically, I just created a mini level here on the left and like the idea for this level, which I'll continue to do on these YouTube streams, by the way. So please subscribe to our channel and get ready for more. And what I'll do is I'll continue this in the streams in the future, and we have some cool videos up there. But basically, we have a lot of cool stuff already in the game that will be not ready for alpha, but we're playing it right now. We're testing it right now, and there's just constantly a lot going on. I'll switch over to that so people can watch some gameplay. And basically, what we're gonna do right now is play a little bit of basketball as you continue the AMA. But yeah, there's a lot. It has a lot of potential. And once we kind of have to pull up the new link, but once we have the prop system a little bit more polished and working and ready to release, we're excited to see what people want from us, what we can build for them, and then what people do with what we give them. So yeah.
Awesome, basketball. Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, in that case, let's move on to the next popular topic, tokenomics. What are you able to share in tokenomics, Andrew or Maestro?
Yeah, so I would say that, yeah, we're looking at, you know, as I mentioned, we are trying to build a Web3 Roblox, and our mission really is to like onboard, you know, 1 million people to Web3. And like our team has worked on games with millions of people. Even just our team, like our first game, actually, we had like a little web game called Car Match. We had 5 million installs. So we know building web games, you can get crazy amounts of installs. And so that's kind of what we're trying to do, is to build like a frictionless web experience where, as you saw, like Maestro just, you know, opened up a link and the game just worked, right? So our vision for like our, you know, 1.0 launch will be, you know, you're playing the game and you say, hey, like, hey, friend or whoever, like, check out my game world. You send them the link, they click it, they're in the game and they're playing, right? And they play a couple levels, and you know, they, you know, maybe they'll like unlock like a free gift or something, and then we say, hey, like, you know, you now have access to like this NFT. If you want to set up a wallet, do it with us. So, and I guess the point I'm trying to drive to here, sorry, I took a long route to get there, which is we're not trying to make a 10,000 profile picture project where you don't want there to be more NFTs. We, in fact, like, we want there to be millions of these NFTs. And so for you as the player, why should you be happy about that, right? And so the way that we're setting up the tokenomics are, by getting in early, you are going to be earning tokens before everybody else, right? And so by getting in early, you're going to have these tokens. As we go from alpha to beta, more people are going to want to get in. When we go from beta to 1.0 and like we actually allow guest play, we're going to have lots and lots of people trying to get in. And how do you get in? Well, you have to have, the Vii NFT to get in. And how do you get the Vii NFT? You either buy it from somebody else or you buy play tokens so that you can go on the marketplace and buy, another NFT. And so that's really like how we're setting up our tokenomics at a high level, which is like we're setting this up to have real network effects. And like so many projects, and again, like I definitely know we're supposed to kind of have the we're all going to make it sort of mindset, but there's a lot of projects out there that they kind of work on Ponzi-nomics, which is like the only value in having the NFT is to find somebody else who wants to pay more for it. And like on our end, we're really trying to build our system, whether that's the game builder, the game itself, and the tokenomics around you get more value the more people who are on the network, and that comes from things like more game worlds being built, and more people like again someday making their own game blocks, and someday even being able to make their own like Vi NFT art and sell it themselves.
Got it. Awesome.
But
Looking
probably
forward to
lots to
seeing that.
unpack there, so we can dive deeper into any of those.
Yeah, definitely. If anybody has specific questions around that, please drop it in the chat. There was a question here about the ecosystem fund. It says here there was a portion of your tokens for an ecosystem fund. What is that?
Yeah, so what we want to do is, first of all, for the creators, you build a game world with the no code tool, and then you can, jump in or that you can earn tokens from that. And so with the ecosystem fund, one thing that I'm personally very excited about is going like reaching out to all my friends in the gaming industry who are like curious about crypto but aren't sure where to get started and say, hey, like you are a, solo developer or a team of two or three, we will give you, we'll grant you, we'll do a token grant for you. Oh, that's a cool secret door. I never knew that. We can give you a token grant to like get you started and build a custom bespoke experience within Vii Worlds, not as like another game world, but like as its own kind of distinct game that then again, if we the community like want to feature it, we can like link to it through the game worlds portal, itself, or you can just build your own game and then like build it up yourself. But yeah, I look at the ecosystem fund as a way for us to, get great people who to build like more bespoke experiences. But then again, we can do anything with it. Like we could even, like we can share some of the trailers that we've done, but we've done some like amazing trailers. And my friend's studio who made them, like we could totally give his studio a grant and do like a short film with them or something. So we can do a lot with it. And honestly, that's like one of the most exciting things about this is like what the power of the token can give us.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. It's all this whole narrative about the metaverse, being able to go to different worlds and games. That's super exciting for sure. Um, all right, let's get into the questions from the community then. The first one is, according to Roadmap, what are your most important next priorities? I guess you answered this a little bit already, but if you had to like highlight the key things you want to deliver, what is that?
And sorry, I was reading the chat when you said it. So you're saying what are kind of the next steps, the next priorities for the team?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, so the next steps is so this I mean right now we're just focused on getting ready for the first drop. And that will have creator mode. It'll have the first run of 2,500 Bolt via NFT. So that is our current focus. And so you get that, you can then take it into the game and actually play it. So that's phase one. Next step after that is building out the within the game itself, the play to earn mechanics and building up like, finding those first set of like 50 to 100, game worlds that we want to feature and then featuring them and then building like allowing people to just play like in a party. So right now we actually have all that functionality built out, but we want to kind of like phase this out with people over time. So those are that's the next two steps. And those, we'll be doing that over the next, like I want to say month to month and a half. So it's coming pretty quickly.
Awesome. A little bit related to that from Hoggy Bar. What does a successful year look like for Vi Worlds? Like, what's a comparable Web2 game user base that you're looking to attract?
If I can pull up my I have my projection sheet here.
Oh
Um,
wow, how organized.
yeah, I definitely can't share my screen though. Um, yeah, so let me pull this up. Sorry, I'm gonna load it so I can talk with a little bit more. Yeah, so right now we're just gonna have the 2,500, per drop. So we have the first drop, and so that's our thinking initially. Is just a couple thousand DAU, but we're looking at like when we go for our 1.0, which would be like later this year. And so 1.0 is basically we have the creator. So we have the creator mode, the core game, the updated game block art. um, what else? We have the game world minting, and this is a critical big two more critical things, sorry, is the guest play system. Um, and then lastly there is we have the full web platform built out. And so what you're seeing right now is this game runs fully in the web. But it's like at a weird, kind of long link. And so we want to have like a reimagined, viworlds.com, where there's a nice homepage with like a quick overview or like a nice video. And then there's on the left, like, and then there's like a big play button. There's a create button. There's a marketplace. And so we have like, when you press the play button, you jump into the game here. When you press the create button, you go into creator mode. When you press the marketplace button, you actually see like the play token marketplace with everything that's for sale right now with our play token. So I look at that as like once we've hit like that 1.0 mark, that will be, we have our new kind of home page done, or like our platform page, you could say. And so, I'm thinking at that point, we're looking at like hundreds of thousands of DAU. And like by the end of the year, hoping to get like over 200,000 DAU, if not higher, but I'm just trying to be kind of conservative.
Wow.
And
Okay.
that sounds like a lot, but it's really not. Like, we have a couple other little web games out there, like, they've had, like just recently, like 20,000 DAU. Again, web games, like you guys can see how quick and easy it is to get into the game. Like it's not very hard to get a big DAU when you have a web game. And like think about Axie Infinity, right? Like if you've ever tried to set up and play Axie Infinity, it takes like hours, right? You have to go
Yeah.
buy a whole
Yeah.
bunch of stuff. Like it's just so hard. Imagine if to play Axie, you could just, click on a link and then like play with a guest account, right? That's how easy it's going to be for us. So I think 200,000 DAU, which is on my projections, is like actually pretty conservative, all things considered.
Nice. Good to know. What sets apart this project from other building metaverse worlds? Like, what's the difference between Vii Worlds and other stuff that's like selling land, or like also creating like a game of different worlds across the blockchain?
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing we can just start off with, just from a pure like economic standpoint, is like we're not selling land. Like I can see selling land is a good way to make money, right? It's like an easy
Mm,
revenue generator. But like if it's digital, like why can't there be an infinite amount of it, right? Like there's no sort of reason other than they want to make money by selling it, and then they want to make like it's something that you guys as early buyers can maybe like try to flip to make a quick buck. So I think on our end, like first of all, we're taking a really different approach just from like how we're setting this up and structuring it, right? Second of all, with pretty much all of these other gaming platforms that I've seen, again, they're PC clients. And so a lot of them might even look really nice, and they do, right? But they're like 10 gigabytes, and setting them up takes hours to do. And you need to download this PC client. Then you need to like sign up for their proprietary closed, blockchain. Whereas with us, it's like you just jump in, you can play right now. It's on, like the immutable ecosystem, not our own. Oh man, come on, you fell down. Oh, nice. Um, so sorry, I'm distracted by the game too. But yeah, I think those are kind of our major things. Is first of all, it's structurally we've set this up in a way that I think is better for everybody, or at least for the community. And I think it's better for everybody in the long run. And then secondly, we're built on a, in the actual Web3, right? Like we run in a web browser. We don't run on a PC client, and Steam can shut you down, or Apple can shut you
mm,
down. And yeah, I think those are like two of the major things. And then third, just compared to most projects, is like again, it's a working game right now. You can play it.
yeah,
We'll
definitely. I'm
see
excited to play it myself.
next week you can play it.
Question from Boring 877. How big is your team?
Yeah, so we have about 15 people. So we have a number of of full-time, and then we have, a handful of artists who are, they're working close to full-time now. So it's around 15 people.
Interesting. Are you hiring? Question mark. Maybe that's the
Yes.
implication.
Yes, if you're an engineer, we're always hiring engineers. Please ping me. If you're a blockchain engineer, you are a magical unicorn, and I want to be your friend. But we're always, like honestly, for the Discord, I would love to have anybody join. And if you have any sort of skill, we have like an ambassador sort of section. It's not like a formal ambassador program, but it's just like a place you can go and kind of provide value. And I'd love to, whether it's making memes or it's, maybe you want to make fan art. I mean, we're always looking for artists who we can work with to create like our new designs. So, we have a number of things, specifically also around the community. Man, Maestro makes that look so easy. Standing on that
I
tiny
know.
little wall is really hard.
It's super fun to watch. Oh my god! Wow, that's amazing. Next is from MGMeer. Will creators retain some of the sales of their created assets? Are these proprietary for the environment, or are they designed to be shared?
Sorry, you said, will they retain what for the environment?
The question was, will they retain the sales of their created assets?
So when you sell the asset, you'll get all the money from that. We'll take a small
Mm,
cut. Um,
mm,
Now, will you get a royalty rate in perpetuity on that? That has not been decided. It's something that we're thinking about, but I don't know. I can't say that it's from a technical perspective right now possible.
got it. Awesome. And then follow up from Engineer. Considering the play token, how much will be circulating supply at the time of launch? I'm not sure if that's already something you want to talk about.
Yeah, so we're currently figuring out from a legal perspective when
Mm,
and how we can do that. So I can't answer that now, but it will be we'll be working on that. That's like honestly my pretty much my top priority after the launch is that. And again, it's from a like legal perspective because there's some things that I think the standard practice is just do stuff and then figure it out later. And like I've been talking to some lawyers who have been like, you need to button some things up. So we'll have more
mm,
info there. But it really, for now, it's just focus on the NFT in the game and getting like creator mode in a great place.
awesome. Speaking of the game, from Respect Lad, the question was, how much is the cost of purchasing an NFT?
Yeah, so right now the cost that we have set is 0.1 ETH. And I will say though that the price point we're trying to shoot for is around 250 USD. So when we set the price was like very low. So if it continues to go up, we will potentially lower it to be closer to 250 USD. So fingers crossed, ETH keeps doing better and we can lower it a little bit for everybody. And it won't go. And by
Awesome.
the way, we're definitely not going to increase it. That's not happening. It's just if it gets lower, we might lower it down for you guys.
Awesome.
Whoa,
Good to know. Uh,
party mode.
Congratulations, Maestro, for winning.
I just turned the strobe light on.
um,
Yeah.
Follow up from Respect Lad is, how difficult is it to get on the whitelist, if there is one? There is one for this AMA. We'll share the mechanics,
Yes.
but is there any other way to get the whitelist?
Yeah, so I mean, the AMA is a great way to do it. I know we're going to have a contest and you were going to mention some of the details. But yeah, joining our Discord, we're doing 50 whitelist spots every Monday, Wednesday, Friday for people who are like great community members. And honestly, right now it's not super hard. I know if you make like a pretty solid tweet, then you've got a very good shot. And if making memes or tweets isn't really your thing, you know, we also are just trying to like, reward some people who are just really good contributors, whether it's just having good conversations or answering questions for people. So like right now it's not super hard. So yeah.
Awesome. This next one is from Bertaz. What what will you get by owning Vi? Besides the rewards in the game, will owning Vi have other functions?
Yeah, so right now owning a Vi will get you early access to the game so you can start building games before other people. And again, getting early featuring can really help with making a very popular game, which I think is the best way to get generate a lot of tokens. So I'd say early access to the creator mode is one of the bigger things. And then secondly, it gets you access to the tokens, and to be able to earn within the network. So I think those are the major reasons.
Awesome. Next question is from Poesh. Will there be a downloadable launcher, or is it just going to be purely web-based forward?
Yeah, it's just going to run in the web. We want it to be a full platform. The marketplace is in the web. The game is in the web. The game builder is in the web. We think that's like the most like Web3 way to do things. Now, I will say on mobile, it also works on the mobile web. So, and like there's some videos of us building game worlds within the mobile web builder, which I can tell you, doing all this with a touch screen is quite hard, but we've like spent a lot of time getting that just right. So I think like again, that's part of our like 1.0 launch and why I think 200,000 DAU is like honestly very, very doable, because this runs really well in mobile. And so we will launch a mobile app version also, because it technically runs in mobile web just fine. But like, I don't know, man, mobile web is kind of not an optimal place. So we want to, have the full have the full mobile app. And I know like we've done that before, having a game that's both the web app and the mobile app. It's not super hard. But then you get into platform stuff, and then you have the risk of Apple or Google. So it's one of those things that, like, from a technical perspective, it's not what we're worried most about. We're really more worried about, like, will Apple allow us? And I think a lot of projects have those problems.
Yeah, fair enough. Definitely something we're looking into as well. Next one is from Sacramania. I think the question here is about the minors that play. So the question was, hey, most of the games like Roblox and Minecraft, the gamers are mostly from 12 to 18 years old. How are you going to think about the problem with minors and NFT trading?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I think that, we are targeting kind of like the crypto enthusiast right now, and we do want to like target a wider audience. So we want to explicitly not target minors. And I think that we can also put in a thing around like you need to be over a certain age, but like we can't control people necessarily, but all we can do is, build the best platform that we can and add in a lot of the safety that is necessary. And then explicitly, like if it's a problem with too many people, we can just say, hey, you need to be over a certain age to play.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you have a goal in the total number of players that you're targeting?
You mean in general, or I mean, we want everybody, man, 1 billion, 5 billion people. That's my goal.
Big goal.
I mean,
Big
so
goal.
I always say like what I want to do with this is I want to make a Web3 game that even like my mom can play. Now, granted, she's not good at platformers, so I'm kind of joking there, but like I want it to be really so easy that you can drop the link to anybody who plays games at all, and they can just click it and jump in with a guest account and play, and then be like, oh, like play a couple rounds, and then we give them like a, hey, you just won this like NFT, and it's like a super super low value, very like not a great one. But just make it so easy that you come in, you're having fun, you don't even know you're playing an NFT game. You're like, oh, it's like Fall Guys and Roblox, and like I'm having fun with my friends. And then they're like, whoa, I got an NFT. Like, oh man, maybe I should like set up a wallet. So we have like a easy onboarding into Magic Wallet, which is super simple. And then you're like, oh, cool, like I have this, super basic one. Oh man, like I really want to get that cool one that just dropped. Let me now get involved and buy some play tokens so I can do that. And so we want to progressively onboard people to again hit our goal of like our real goal is to build a Web3 platform for like millions of gamers to get it to like learn about Web3 and get involved.
Nice. Yeah, makes sense. This one is from Amarcher. Can you code game mechanics into the world? Is that in the roadmap?
Yeah, so that is not on the roadmap right now, but so it's not written in the roadmap, but yes, that is very much on my like list for the long term. Is we want to be a Web3 Roblox where people can, there's a strong no code, you can build your own game world, because we want to make it accessible, but like long term, game worlds are made up of rule sets, and then within rule sets there's controller sets. So controller sets are what controls you can use, and then there's game blocks, and each game block has its own kind of underlying code. And then there's like power ups or like handhelds where you can like shoes and like someday weapons and whatnot, things you can hold. that you can use. And so what we want to do over the very long term, and now we're getting into like the year plus sort of roadmap, is
Hmm.
we want to let people first make custom game blocks because that's the easiest thing, and then we want to let them make custom rule sets, and then someday like full custom games, all in the web browser. And that's part of that is to like early on find people that we know who are good, um and just get them internal access. But like long term we want to al- basically allow more and more of the platform to be open to a wider range of people.
Nice. That's super exciting. From Host Capone, his question was, who can actually change the file? Is it only the minter? I feel like this has implications on like sharing file access and editing access of an NFT, actually, or the game behind an NFT.
Yeah, so it'll only be the person, like the person who owns the game world can
Hmm.
change the underlying asset. We also, and actually that's a good question, because one of the big issues we have is or things we want to do is to actually allow multiplayer building. So imagine
Hmm.
if Maestro and I could be like, Maestro can share me the link and I can play this game, but I can't like jump in and build with him. And that's a feature that we really want to build out. But we can't build it right now because there's a lot of permissions things that we need to like work out first, in terms of, hey, if Maestro invites me to his game world, he needs to give me edit access or revoke access. So like that's something that we really want to do. Um, but it's just gonna take a little longer because we have to handle a lot of stuff.
Yeah, awesome. Good to know. From Lats 2010, 2810, are you planning to run a course on how to create games on your platform?
How to create games? Yeah,
Yeah.
so one of our game designers, she's actually started a series of videos.
Mm,
And so we'll be releasing those after the launch so that people can learn. But it
got
is
it.
very easy. So I think it's like it's not going to be very hard, but actually her stuff is more about how to think about game design than how to use it, because it is pretty simple. But we'll have some more tutorial videos that will be available.
It's very easy.
No.
As you can see, you literally come in and place things. Obviously game design, but hey, that comes with a lot of trial and error and testing things and stuff like that. But it's literally as easy as clicking on something here and putting it in and moving it where you want, and just use your creativity and you can do it.
Awesome. Okay, there's actually quite a lot of questions, so I will try to go through this quickly, and then let's see how many we can finish. Next question is, will there be any problems if there are a lot of people on the server?
Yes. No, that's why we're only doing 2,500, because we can handle, we've tested up to 32 people alive online at the same time. So like we do know that there's limits, and so we're keeping the amount of people who can play pretty limited. And basically as we expand our server functionality capability, sorry, we will continue to do more drops and try to grow the network from there. And again, just a quick shout out, any backend engineers, that is a position we're looking for.
Definitely. Now, again from Lats, is there a mechanism to support the price of the token to ensure players are in the event of a drawdown? This is a problem for many play-to-earn games.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say right now, like that is not our top priority. So it's something that we will like actively monitor though. And I think a lot of that can come down to like making sure there's quality things for people to buy, and to like have like real utility in the token that you're building. I think that's the first, like that's the fundamental thing, is if you're building something that there's not a strong utility case for it, then you have to be super worried about that. But if you're building a project with a strong utility, then that helps quite a lot.
Yeah,
That is
definitely. We
the
love the utility here for sure. Next one is, the NFT gives you access, but does it also give you full inventory like Maestro has, or are there limits right now?
currently it gives you full inventory. We will have an NFT game block function at some point, but that is not going to be there for a while.
Got it. You will have a VYT control token. How many VYTs do you need to be a member of the DAO?
So that is something that we're currently designing, so I can't answer that for now.
Got it.
That's a good
Uh,
question.
does the NFT give you access to a specific game or platform, or in the future, does it open you more doors in case you're going mobile or console?
Yeah, I mean, so I would say that having the Vii right now is the ticket while we're
Mhm.
closed. And then, as we become a more open platform, it gives you like having one of those OG, first like season zero NFTs is going to be super valuable when there's more and more people involved. And again, it's like the founder status is something we want to impart to people and kind of show throughout the UI forever. Is yeah.
Got it. From no autopilot, as a longtime industry veteran, what draws you to crypto gaming?
That's a great question. So, I would say that the number one thing for me is I've been in mobile gaming, and gaming in general for, like you said, 13 or so years, and there's kind of a playbook. Everybody kind of does the same stuff. It's really like nowadays it's just let's slap an IP on this game and use these mechanics. And what I really love about Web3 is like there's not really a playbook yet. Like even the OGs who have been around for a long time and like have been kind of successful, I talk to them, they don't know what they're doing. Like nobody knows. And so I think it's really great to just be in a space where I can kind of look at things from first principles and come up with the way that I think our economy needs to be designed and our game should be designed to work within this like new paradigm. And I just think that's like very fascinating. And also just as another thing is, I studied economics in school. So and then but my passion was always games and trying to make my own games. So it's a great like merger between the things that I learned at school and then also what my passion and what my profession has been.
Awesome. How about you, Maestro? What draws you to crypto gaming?
Mm. That's a really good question. I actually hadn't thought about that. But I think,
He just wants to get rich, man. I'm just kidding.
uh,
Don't we
yeah,
all? Don't we
it's
all?
I think being in games or being in tech, you look at things that people pioneered and were a start of at the beginning of it, and you always hope that maybe one day you could be a part of that. If it works out or if it doesn't, just it's exciting to just be a part of something straight from the beginning. Like when social networks were a thing, or when the first person shooters were a thing. I'm sure there were people who said, "Hey, I would have loved to have been involved in that, to pioneer it and to kind of shape it and to mold it." So here's an opportunity to do something new that hasn't been done before and do it in a good way.
Nice. Love that answer. Next is from Gandalf the Yellow. I'm not sure I understood why getting early can be beneficial. Can you explain more about that?
Yeah, so getting in early within season zero, as with a lot of these things, you get in earlier, when there's token drops happening, like you're gonna get a larger portion of those token drops. So getting in early means you're gonna be able to earn from playing. And then if you're interested in building, getting in early, there's gonna be like contests to contests that we're going to do for like getting a featured game, and then secondly, games that do get featured early are going to get a lot of plays, and those plays will equal more tokens. So if you're a builder, you should definitely try to get in early because you're going to potentially be able to build some of the early popular games. And then for players, again, the season zero rewards for playing and being good at the game will also be better.
Awesome. Looking
And then
forward
there's
to
the
it.
standard NFT getting in early is, having it early, like season zero kind of Genesis is always worth more than the other ones. But frankly, to me, that's kind of boring and that's what everybody does. And I really want to focus more on the game itself. He
The
died at
next.
the end. Come on, man. And I see there's only 34 people watching the stream and then there's 90 people in the audience. Come on, guys, you're missing out on some good video. I'll drop the link in again.
Yes, please. And definitely you can watch the stream again later on.
We can watch it again
When
too. True.
and next one is, do you have from I'm not a camp. Do you have any creators from successful Roblox games committed to creating in this platform, or how do you onboard more to this platform?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we don't have anybody yet. We're currently just focused on getting the standard, getting the core up and running. But I mean, that's like what the is like very early on. That's what we want to fund is um, get get those people because I know. I mean, I've even looked into making Roblox games, and I know that there's a lot of people who are quite unhappy with the deal that Roblox is giving them. And so I really want to go out to those people and give them token grants to come on and give us a shot.
What resolutions does the web browser game run from Gandalf the Yellow?
It's a good question. So it's pretty flexible. It works on iPad and it goes all the way to like 10. So it's a pretty wide range of resolutions that I work on.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Maestro.
Yeah, I mean, it really all depends what you're playing it on, but we support a number of different aspect ratios. Most of our, I would say, like our image assets are optimized for 1920 by 1080. But yeah, if you have a monitor that goes higher than that, it's just going to scale a little bit. That's all. Or something that goes lower than that. Like you just basically can adjust your browser window and play at the adjusted size.
And we have an internal joke that we use is someone on our team always asks when is controller support coming? And I can tell you guys it's not in the white paper yet, but we're working on it. We got our best and brightest getting us controller support.
Okay, now, um, how much of a problem do you see the average adult gamer is ignorant to the crypto world? I believe the knowledge barrier to entry is quite high. Will you provide any resources to make this transition easier?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like one of our top priorities, like as a team, is to onboard the next million people into Web3 gaming, and the way to do that is just make it easy, right? Like again, if you guys have actually tried to play other crypto games, they're really hard, and like for me, I've been testing our game for a while, but like a magical moment was when I actually um, our CTO sent me an NFT on the like a Vii NFT on the test net, and then I just like linked it up with my MetaMask, and like I had the game working in 10 seconds, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be freaking huge, because I've tried to play other crypto games and they're really hard, and like Immutable getting on the ecosystem, there is definitely some pain points around that, but once you're hooked into the Immutable ecosystem, it's really easy to work in, and once you're in the Immutable ecosystem and you have like a MetaMask wallet, our game is like it's dead simple to use. And I think that as Immutable gets better and we continue to improve our systems, it's just going to be like so easy for anybody to jump in.
Yeah, definitely early days. Question was about marketing. What are the marketing campaigns you have planned? And I think we have only some time for a few more questions, so I'll be limiting the questions there.
Yeah, so we are doing we're trying to get influencers to make videos about us. That's something that you can't necessarily control, because we're not paying them. Like I'm not going to do that for quite a while. I just don't, like I said, I'm trying to get like the right level of growth, right? Like we're not trying to blow up overnight, because you can see the game, it's working, it's great, but just from hearing me talk, there's so many things that we want to build. So we don't want to blow up before we're ready. We just want to have nice steady growth over the next couple of months until we are ready for our 1.0 launch. Like I'm not trying to make a game that says it's in alpha and it has like millions of like Axie Infinity has 2 million DAU and it's in alpha. Like I want us to, you know, do our best to like grow at the right pace, go from alpha to beta to 1.0 this year, and have like nice kind of solid growth. So right now, influencer marketing, we're also, currently working with people in our community. Like we're doing some like mini influencer campaigns. Those are just starting. I want to say like today or tomorrow, where we're going to be people who have, if you have like 1 to 5,000 followers, we can give you a couple whitelists and do giveaways. So we want to do the big influencers, but we don't control that. We're going to be doing some mini influencers. So if you guys join our community and you go to the ambassador program under the Twitter, you can, knock, like you can reach out about that because we're looking for more people. Then thirdly, we want to work with you guys with the Immutable team quite a lot with things like this. We're also going to have an Immutable, or we're going to have a Vii Worlds channel within the Immutable Discord. So we're always available there to chat with you guys. And we're going to be hopefully doing some streams in the Immutable Discord if Nigel will let us. So I think we'll
No
hopefully do
problem.
at least like 2 of those, and maybe he can even play with us a little bit. And yeah, and I think as the thing as I just mentioned from a marketing perspective is like we're just trying to get the right level of growth. So I'm just trying to sell out this first, NFT sale. I'm not trying to get us to like 100,000 Discord people right now. I just want to have like nice steady growth. To get on the whitelist, you have to like actually participate. Because again, we're not trying to get flippers. We're not trying to hit 100,000 Discord members. We just want to get solid growth to get us to our first sale, which will get us to the next one and will help us just all grow together.
Awesome. With that, I think that's a great place to end. Was there any last things you want to say, Andrew or Maestro, before we get to the process stuff, the whitelists and the contests and stuff like that?
Anything on your end, Maestro?
Sorry, I'm here. It's just my alarm went off. I had to go turn it off, but I am here. Hello. Yes, I
No worries,
just made
man.
it
Don't
back, and
worry
I
about
heard
it.
my name. So
No,
hi.
no, man. Don't worry about it. You're doing great. He was just asking any last words. So
Oh,
Maestro's last words are he was cooking something and set his timer went off.
that's it. The alarm went
Um,
off.
Yes, that's right.
But no, yeah, just thanks for tuning in. If you have more questions, feel free to, like I said, just subscribe. We stream at least once a week, usually twice a week, so you can ask more questions there. I know there's a lot that get answered. So I'm going to stick around on the YouTube for maybe another 10 minutes. Chat. If you're still here and you ask the question, I'll try to address it, especially regarding gameplay and stuff. I know we touched on a lot of NFT stuff right now, but I'll try and touch on some gameplay stuff over the next 10 minutes in the stream.
Great. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. And Maestro, not only do you get to get some solo time with him, he's gonna play some lo-fi so you guys can chill out a little bit. Um, and yeah, my last words are, as I've kind of mentioned a couple times, we want to onboard the next million people to Web3, and we want you to join us early. And whether that's join as a builder or a player, or someday maybe a creator or an engineer, like we just want to build a great community, and we want to have a approach because I think that if you're trying to be successful and be long lasting, like you have to have a long mindset. And I think right now the crypto space is really so overly focused on short term. I want to flip right now, and I think that that's not good for you, or for anybody in the market.
Awesome. And with that, let me send the requirements for the whitelist and tokens. It's basically just you coming in, getting the ideas that you got from the AMA and posting that in Twitter and then tag us. And then we'll be choosing 20 winners from that. And then we'll get in touch from the winners. And that's it. Thank you very much, Andrew, Maestro. That was an amazing AMA. We're very happy to see the live game. As they mentioned, we'll be creating like a dedicated channel for Vii Worlds here in the Immutable X Discord. If you have any questions, feel free to just drop in that chat. Andrew, Maestro, and their team will be there, and you can ask questions. And obviously, if they want to do a live demo in the Discord every day, even super happy to do that. We're very excited for this game to come out. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so
Awesome.
much,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you,
Bye.
Immutable X. Thanks, Nigel. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. So, for those of you who are still here in the stream, what I'm doing is I'm watching two different things here, okay? I'm watching two different things here, okay? I'm watching the Immutable X chat in the community events channel, and I'm also watching the YouTube chat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the top of the YouTube chat. The very first thing that I'll say is I'm gonna try and answer more from the YouTube chat because Nigel was addressing a lot from the Discord chat. So second like from me, hi, hello. No autopilot. The ability to send a link to your world goes a long way to helping non-crypto users engage with the game. It is. As you can see, like what I'll do here is I'll load a game that I made. And if you're now tuned into the YouTube I made this live on stream, so there's a couple of 2 to 3 segments of me making this. It's called Earth, Wind, and Fire, so you can see the titles and the uploaded videos there. I have to delete this because I added it just for the stream purposes. So you literally just hit export, and then you copy a link. And this is an older build. All of the stuff you were seeing today was very. We're in a very developmental period. Obviously, we're approaching alpha, but we're constantly making changes every day. And this is a dev build, as you can see with the cheat menu. But I just exported that game, and then I just go paste it into my browser here. You're going to see a black bar at the bottom because I'm not going to full screen this just for the purpose of showing you. And I literally hit play, and I'm in the game that I just made. And you can just send that to people. So yes, no autopilot. It's literally that easy to create a game and send it. But I'm gonna jump back into the builder there, or the main menu here, while I answer some questions. Just chill here. And yeah, the lo-fi. Okay, I'll get that going because Friday promised I would. So all right, okay. To try and I think it's low enough. The lo-fi is low enough. It's good. Okay. Danny Nelson, the game looks better and better each time. Thank you. Appreciate that. People talking about the price. Holy Momentum Baby from Mad Laddie. I'm assuming that you're talking about when I jump and dive. There is a bit of momentum there, and we might be nerfing that, so please take us through a game that already exists. John Vasquez Alexson asks, and I did plenty of that after, so I hope that you got to see that, John. Hustle and Motivate look great. Thank you. Why not one AAA Plus? Immutable X allows because zero gas fee. Okay. Oh, like AAA game. I see what you're saying. Well, it's a very early. If you're talking about like AAA and like getting a AAA developer on board, it's very early for NFTs right now, especially in the gaming world, just in the world in general, right? Just over the last, let's say year, I think we've seen mainstream growth, so it's very early. Is this browser based for PC and mobile? No autopilot. It's mainly on desktop PC or Mac as well. In a browser, works in Chrome, Firefox, Safari, anything that will support the wallet too. So yeah, and it will work on mobile, and it does. In fact, right now, I make some levels on my tablet. I play some games on my tablet, but tablet, like mobile, is our second priority next to desktop PC. Getting it to work on desktop PC, especially with wallet integration and functionality, is our priority. Holy Traveling Batman. Ty says, yeah, for sure you're talking about the dive. That's it's getting nerfed. So Greg Hale, Thai World Basketball, Vii World Basketball, Rumble Kong League. Yeah, I don't know what Rumble Kong League is, but thank you. Yeah, Vii World Basketball is really fun. It's a lot of fun. Can't wait something like Eve of WoW. Okay. Doji Ro. So you mean you're going for no. Andrew, address that Friday. Address that. Is there a limit on number of Vii NFTs that can be minted? I'm going to try and focus on game questions. They talked a lot about NFT. Those launch pads are going to be a lot of fun. I can already see a Jump King get over it level already. Yeah. There's a lot you can do with verticality in our game with the boosters and the jump pads and everything. So definitely. I think games like that require a much bigger team and experience. I think games like that require a much bigger team and experience to pull off. I think he's referring to the AAA Plus comment above, which it depends on what kind of AAA game you're making, but generally, yes, AAA games are made of a much bigger team, if that's what you're referring to. For anyone who's going to leave, thank you for tuning in, but for those of you who would like to stick around and hear me answer questions, thank you for your interest. But if you are going to leave, I'm just going to be answering questions for the next 5-10 minutes. So, is your goal to make this game mainstream? What do you mean by that? We want a lot of people to play it, as Friday said, right? And it's going to be very easy to just send a link and play. So that looks fun. Now I understand. Not okay. Okay, bye. Hi. Grid, hello. Danny Nelson, hello. Mad Laddie, I think I said your name, hello. Greg Hale. Nino Sarek. It's a bit better than I thought, but be careful. I see what you're saying. Oh, just talking about the mint price. Okay. This is amazing. Yeah, but as you see, right, I'm not trying to sell anyone on anything, but we already have a functioning game, right? Obviously, it's going to be alpha and we have a lot to work on, but you see that, right? Web3 Roblox sounds legit. Chris Ball says, let's go. Danny Nelson, what is Max Mint? Cry. Good morning. GM. Even in the YouTube chat, we get GM. Hayes, happy to be here. Thank you for being here, Hayes. Chris, gotta head out. Have fun, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, Chris. Burak, Sahin, amazing. Thank you, Burak. Hayes, question. Playing a game in Vii Worlds is supported to reward NFTs. Who generates these? Does the world creator mint a bunch of NFTs to give out, or does the game generate them? In regards to like playing and create to earn and stuff like that, Friday touched on that a little bit, but we still have a lot of those logistics to work out. So hustle and motivate. Great AMA, guys. Very exciting project. Thank you, Hustle and Motivate, for all of your positive comments here. Tiago Cavalcanti. Creators will be able to mint NFTs of their own on their worlds inside of Vii Worlds. Be able to mint NFTs of their own. So, yeah, Friday talked about turning your level, like minting your level, if that's what you're referring to, Tiago. Mad Laddie, I was referring to the launch pads being able to change your direction in the air. Glad to see so many variables can be changed to get it perfect. So many variables can be changed. No, I don't want to jump into the immutable one. I'll go back to the Earth, Wind, and Fire one just because there's a lot more objects already placed there and I can refer to them. No autopilot. Hey, quick question. Mad Laddie, I'm going to show you, if you're still here, just a couple of quick things. No Autopilot says, hey, quick question. Micro influencer here, 3K subs on YouTube. I'd like to talk more about partnering up, put out some content for my community. What's the best way to connect? So, no Autopilot. If you join our Discord, the Vii Worlds Discord, and then you scroll down to the request channel, you can 10 poot PUBG Mobile. You missed everything. We're at the end, but please watch the VOD. The entire Q&A is in the VOD. Of course, I want to see more. I will show you, Mad Laddie. 1 second. So, no Autopilot. If you scroll down in the Vii Worlds Discord to the request channel, I have to actually find it myself. Suggestions channel. Sorry. You see the people there posting their portfolios and stuff. So, post your YouTube channel, some of the work that you've done, maybe just one video or something like that. But PUBG Mobile, 100 poot or 10 poot, you can watch the VOD back, so just rewind. In the suggestions channel, no Autopilot, put your channel there. Okay. Immutable X, let's go back here, see what people are saying. Okay, so Mad Laddie. As you can see, like depending on the object, you can adjust the number of things. So here, this is like glass and it breaks on touches. So 3 touches required and then it breaks. So as you can see here, what I'll do is I'll show you that in action. So you touch it, okay? You touch it again, you see the crack gets bigger, you touch it again, and now it's gonna break, okay? There's a break time, which is 1 second, but really the glass should just break. So we're gonna put it to 0 and you're gonna see it's just gonna disappear and then it respawns, right? But now if I put that at 2, and like, let's say I put this at 0 and I put this at 1, it's only going to take 1 touch. And okay, 2, this one was 2, and then it just breaks. This one's 1, okay? And then the next one, it just breaks, okay? So different objects have different editable values. This one has a power. So this one we can kind of see on the fly. It'll shoot you out. But if you, so I have to remember 350 because I've balanced that. But if I change it to 600, it's going to shoot me way further. Oh no, I forgot. See, that's what happens when you balance the level on the fly. Oh no, I have to change that all back. Oh no. Oh no, I broke my own level. Okay, so I'll just do a jump here and then I'll get to it. But yeah, you see how much further that just shot me? But that was balanced, so I have to change these back. This was 350. Just so I don't break the level. And then this was 3. And then 1. I mean, 0 is okay. It just 3, 1. Okay. A little bit more of anticipation. Dive. Yeah, I could dive too. And then like hammers have a power, so how far that's going to shoot you. And I think you saw me use that in the Immutable X level. Duration is how long it takes to reach the angle. So if I change the duration to 1, it actually goes faster, and it reaches 30 degrees faster here. So you'll see now, that's the right one is faster than the left one. They're both hitting 30 degrees from standstill. But now one is doing it in 1 second, one's doing it in 2 seconds. Okay. And then the angle, like if I want to put it on a 45, you go and do that. And now it's going to go up higher. See, notice how it's higher than the other one. And I probably should have done like a 90, but that's good for now. And like trampolines. Trampolines are a really cool one to see the editable values on, where you place the trampoline and there's like 300 power. Okay. That's with a super jump, but that's just a regular jump there. Okay. And then you go onto the trampoline and then you hit 600 and then boom. Just like that. So in addition to scaling and moving objects and placing them literally wherever you want them, like if you want to have to jump on that or whatever, which that's not a jump, but that is, right? You also have editable values there. And hey, the trampoline is a very simple one with just power, but blower has things like power, right? Max distance, pause time, active time. So that's like a crazy amount of power, right? You want me to dive? But that wasn't active for very long, right? So what was the active time there? 5. So let's say active time 10. I want to stay in the air for longer, okay? For 10 seconds. I want to chill there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you guessed it. It's going to last for 10 seconds. Exactly. Okay? Pushing me up. Okay. So that's it for YouTube questions. I'm going to scan. Nigel covered most of them in the Immutable chat. Oh, yeah. So Nigel posted about how to get your chance for whitelist there. So for anyone asking about whitelist, it's in the community events channel, community event text in Immutable X Discord. Okay. He tells you how to do it at 7:03 p.m. Okay. And yes, now that we have that channel in Immutable X, we'll be taking a look at that daily. So remember that we're on Pacific time and Eastern time, North America. So, but yeah, we'll take a look at that daily. If you have any questions. Yeah, I think that's it. Polly, I just got Polly's DM. Polly, I hope you were able to tune in. At least to the stream. Chat here. Anyone talking in the chat? Announcements. Oh, I see. Someone just did you just post it? I have to double check. Suggestions. Nice. No autopilot. See that you posted that. That's awesome. Okay, good stuff. Great AMA today. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, everyone. It's late. At least here Eastern time. I'm gonna go eat and call it. Play some games, right? Actually, no. Tonight I'm not playing, but I'm gonna go eat. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out our previous videos of us working on levels or playing through games and answering questions. If you want to see how the builder works, the Earth, Wind, and Fire Part 1, 2, 3, you can check those out. We appreciate your interest, your engagement. See you in the Discord. See you in the Vii Worlds Discord. See you in the Immutable X Discord. See you on YouTube in the future. And looking forward to February the 16th. Again, they're doing the whitelist in Immutable X. Nigel had the requirements for that. But we're also doing our own in our channel as well, like in our Discord. And there's the whitelist channel there, whitelist information in our Discord. Whitelist instructions, sorry, not information. It's under the information tab, okay? And as of January the 31st, Friday posted something and basically there's 3 main points to possibly getting handpicked, being a great community member, creating and sharing content, and growing. So check that out if you're interested in a whitelist spot and multiple ways to get a whitelist spot, just from the Immutable giveaway and also in our Discord. Okay, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Have a great night, a good day, a good evening, a good morning, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and see you next time.